I fought, and then after the fight, I gave an interview. I made everyone say, "Jew, Gilgit-Baltistan, this, that, Pakistan's in the bar."
And you don't
blah, blah,
have
blah.
no recollection of that.
I have no
to this day.
Oh, shit.
to this day.
Oh shit! Wow. Because
And when I came out of the fight, I have an ex-teammate showed up and he's like, "Bro, that was a beautiful fight."
it was, yeah.
And he was all praises, and I was just smiling at him. I was like, "Thank you." And then after that, when I 2-3 months later, I met him and I told him, I'm like, "Bro, I had such a horrible fight, and you didn't even say anything. Like, you didn't even meet me after the fight." It's like, bro, like, I met you right after the fight. I'm like, "No, you didn't."
Because you're shaking hands with the people on stage right after the fight. You're meeting the people.
Everybody, and they're like, "You remember from the fight?" I'm like,
"Oh shit!
Wow.
Oh my god! Wow,
That's
so it's
crazy.
Complete wipeout. Complete wipeout.
Welcome back to Nothing Happens Here, another damn podcast. Today we got someone special with you, Osama. Take it over.
Guys and gals. Am I too loud?
No,
Guys and gals. No. Guys and gals. We have brought all the way from. Oh, wait, let me take it again. Go again. I forgot the order. Wait.
Jesus.
Okay, go again.
I'm already on my part. Osama, take it over.
Yo, guys and gals. We have brought to you today Conor McGregor's worst nightmare.
Oh.
Khabib. He texts Khabib for location pins, not the other way around. We got the lean, the mean, the Gilgiti machine, Uloomi Karim Shaheen Kratos himself.
Yeah. Welcome.
Thank you.
So, just to clarify one thing, this is the second time we're doing this because we had some technical difficulties. So hearing this guy do it twice is not as good the second time, but it's still good. It was actually, I think it was better the second time. Actually, I think it was better.
I added something.
Watch how the Khabib got people come after you because of the location thing.
So you get.
No, I ain't doing that.
Those aren't people who want to call. We're not calling those people out. Yeah.
I ain't calling nobody out.
What's up, Uloomi? Once again, we're take two. What's up?
Apologies from Miracle and
Apologies
the crew.
from Miracle and the crew. We got it.
The good thing is they're all friends, so no problem.
Yeah.
I can let it slide.
It's
by.
casual, It's just chill. It's chill. But we spoke about a lot of things in the segment that never got recorded, so we're gonna try to jump through them once again without making it feel too forced.
For sure.
So, first and foremost,
So Uloomi.
okay.
Wow. Way to cut him off.
Am I going or are you going?
No, go.
All right. This is a question Miru posed last time. It's a good introduction to when, and I think you got asked this at every podcast interview you do. When did you start MMA and how did you get into it?
So both my brothers,
Right.
Taekwondo black belts, Kyokushin black belts,
Right.
Shotokan karate black belts, put me in Taekwondo. The detail I missed last time, I'm gonna cover this time.
Nice. Yeah.
So when I would get bullied a lot. My friends would just slap me around, bully me, to show off to girls that look at this kid, we bully this kid. So
This is back in Gilgit, or
this was back in Gilgit. When I got to Islamabad, this would still happen.
Oh, it's still happening.
Okay.
But I was in a boys' college, so not for the girls,
Bound
but
to
obviously,
happen.
Yeah.
So everyone was just super in my place, my house. Everyone was saying that this kid needs to up his game. You need to be, because everyone was tough. Everyone is tough in my family.
Yeah.
Well, was now I'm the toughest.
We'll put a picture up here of your skinnier days or your beach ski model.
I flex it. I flex it all the time because I love how I transformed from
right?
So that happened, and my brothers are like, you know what? We want you to learn martial art.
Right.
And they put me in a Taekwondo camp. Got my black belt on the national team of Pakistan.
Nice.
Got selected in the junior national team, and then we thought, okay, what next? Because that's it. And we're restricted to just kicking, and can't really do much in a real life scenario, street fight or anything. We can't really do.
You can't really
we can't do anything
like that. Yeah.
I mean, I remember when I was in school, we had a fight, and I jumped back, kicked the guy in the stomach, and he just sat down. And the rest were like, "Oh, isko karate aate hain." And that was all. That's it. And nobody messed with me. But then again, what if they had done something? What if they had what if they had just 3 guys attack me?
Right.
I cannot kick 1, 2, 3. Not like it happens in movies.
That's Bruce Lee shit. Yeah.
That's only what Bruce Lee and Jason Statham can do
In movies.
So they wanted to come up with an art which would be complete for self-defense and teach other people as well.
Nice.
We started learning mixed martial arts. Ultimately, we found there's a thing called UFC.
Right.
There is a sport called mixed martial arts being practiced, and the people competing it professionally and making a living out of it.
Yeah.
So my brother just started doing his research on MMA, UFC, watching videos on YouTube, techniques, and here we are.
So you bring up your brothers. You're talking about Ihtisham, Karim, and
Ali Sultan.
Ali Sultan, right?
Yeah.
So these are you guys essentially are the face of Fight Fortress Islamabad. That's
Fight Fortress.
I would basically say the face of Pakistani mixed martial arts.
That for sure.
Yeah.
Because this guy, I don't remember MMA being a thing
Before, synonymously, like you hear in Pakistan, you hear MMA. Synonymously, you think Uloomi.
Yeah, definitely. Like,
100%.
it was after him that the Gambits and the Beasts and the other mutants were born.
Other mutants were born after 2016, though.
We take a little.
These are other fighters?
Yeah.
So I have a question. Were your brothers self-taught, like MMA and everything?
Yeah.
And how old were you when you started?
I was. This is 2006 2007 actually when they started teaching me.
Okay.
And so I had my exam in the morning and they would wake me up like 4:30. And I said, I've learned this new technique. It's called an arm bar. Let me show you.
Let me break your arm.
And I'm like, but I have an exam to give. They need to make arm bar sikhate hain. Arm bar sikhate hain.
Shit.
I'm like, cool. So they had the mattress on the floor, and they're like, Acha, watching on screen. Acha, aise karte hain, and then he just kicks me in the eye.
Oh wow!
And so because you have the arm between the legs, and then your feet are one foot's on this side, the other foot's here, or maybe on the same side.
Right.
So your foot's stuck in between the heel and the hip, the butt. Oof. So he kicked me. His heel hit me in the eye because we didn't know. It was the first time he was pulling off, and I was like, if I fail tomorrow, it's on you. It's like, kuch nahi hota. So I had Urdu's paper the next day.
Shit.
I didn't fail. I scored an A, but then when I failed math, I said that's because my math exam, and I put it on him.
So everything they learned from YouTube, like it was all like self-taught online learning?
They started because striking they knew. Right, Kyokushin, they knew Taekwondo, the kicks and the punches. But then we had, when we started Fight Fortress in the beginning, we had a couple of guys who, like American Pakistanis, British Pakistanis, who came over and who they said they would look for gyms in Pakistan or like martial arts gyms in Pakistan. And Google was kind enough to like push us at the top as a mixed martial arts gym.
To go.
Yeah, and we would have paying clients who would come in to train with us, and they would teach us at the same time.
Okay.
So they taught us wrestling, they taught us Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, and then we were like, okay, this is how things work.
Yeah.
And, that is how basically we took off with the grappling side. But striking side was covered.
Yeah.
We had, like, Coach Ihtisham has 3 black belts. Coach Sultan is like a second, third degree black belt in Taekwondo.
PhD in black belt.
Imagine messing with all 3 brothers at the same time.
I'd want to see you do that.
You can't even start messing with them.
So, but I already asked this question before also. Like, I was researching online about your, record and stuff. So you're 9-6, right? And I was seeing that a lot of your wins initially were rear naked chokes. So would you, what would you define your fighting style to be? Would you say you're more of a grappler, ground and pound guy, or like a striker?
I love to ground and pound.
Okay.
My main aim is when I take someone down, I'm like, I don't want to submit you. I want to beat you
the
up.
shit out of
I
you.
want to torture you, and I want you to beg me to stop.
Right.
So
Terrified.
that is the Kratos stuff. The Kratos coming up.
You want to instill the fear of God in him. You just fucking do not get up.
Wow.
It actually happened once. One of my fights when 2012, December 25th, I was fight. This was a semi-final of the Vehshi Championship League belt. So I fought 3 fights in one night, and the second fight was against this guy. He was 76 kilos. I was 62 kilos. And I took the guy down. He was a Kyokushin black belt and national champion. So I take the guy down, and we weren't allowed to punch. So it was.
You can't punch.
No, this is in the rule set. This was a different
there
rule
was
set.
no weight class?
The weight class was 61 kilos to 78 kilos.
That's
one
crazy.
bracket.
That's
It was crazy because the guy was I think he's done some course in pro wrestling from the States, and he came back and he wanted to introduce something. And that guy really made MMA famous in Pakistan.
Like actual Olympic wrestling.
Like grappling
pro
and
wrestling.
stuff. Like,
like WWE
like
stuff.
WWE
Oh,
stuff.
WWE stuff.
What's
Oh,
his
I thought it was like, okay.
Yeah,
shit.
so he would just scream and he'd like, Uloomi DissBelief. And I'm fighting inside, and he brings the belt to my face, and he's like slamming on the mat because I was fighting his boy. And he's like, "This is the belt, this is the belt," and he's slamming the mat. I'm like, "Why are you trying to distract me? I punched this guy in the face." And my brother's like, "We're not here to make friends. Don't pay attention. We're not here to make friends." Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, I've seen Ihtisham Bhai on the sidelines because I went for the Lahore event.
Yeah.
Yo, this guy's wild, bro. Like,
Oh, really?
Because he was just like, oh,
As a coach? So when you're fighting, are the coaches allowed to like yell tips
stand
at
by
you?
the-
Yeah.
Stand by the corner. Yeah.
No, like tell you what to do
Yeah,
while
yeah,
you're
yeah,
doing
yeah,
it. Oh, they can do that.
That's we call it cornering.
Right.
So we're allowed to have 2 cornermen, but what usually happens is whenever it's Coach Ihtisham, he gets emotional. Obviously, when his brother's fighting in the cage, he's standing up and he's like, "Fuck him up!"
Oh shit.
You know?
Yeah.
But guys tell him to, at the obviously the bigger leagues, you cannot stand up, you cannot show emotions a lot. You just have to. You can sit on the stool.
Yeah.
And just say whatever you want, but make sure, because everyone's streaming it live, it's gonna go on
Everything shows,
pay-per-view and
yeah.
all. So they don't want any swear words. If
Gotcha.
they
Oh,
hear
okay,
someone
okay.
say something, they're just going to grab you by the arm and take you outside.
Straight
you
up,
cannot
straight up.
corner, you cannot corner anymore. So the fighters are alone. So we have to be really careful in that.
Oh.
So
shit,
yes,
okay.
it does happen. I mean, even in boxing, when you see guys come in and two guys have the towel.
Yeah.
But for us, we don't have that.
You don't have those.
We don't
moments.
have that. We don't have that leverage. We just have one guy in the corner, or maximum 2, who come in with ice, water, Vaseline. Well, Cutman does that.
Yeah.
But then we have one corner, like one coach who's going to tell you what to do.
Yeah.
And the other guy is just going to make sure that he ices your body or just wipes your towel.
that coach can during the fight he can still keep yelling things at you. Okay, stomp on his foot or something.
It's like the coaches.
I noticed. Ihtisham Bhai was giving full instructions.
Oh, nice.
Isko reverse karo, usko grapple karo.
That's cool. Shit.
Basically, what happens is that where a corner man from the outside, they don't really tell the fighter. We don't keep an eye on our fighter. That what's our guy doing? We look at what the other guy's doing because we know what our guys.
Right.
We spent like years training with
You
him.
taught them everything basically.
Exactly.
the
So
coach
so
has.
they know that okay, this guy's gonna do this.
Yeah.
We know the plan. Everything is set. He's gonna follow the game plan because you train for 4 to 6 weeks. We drill so much that it gets instilled in our head.
Yeah.
Even if we don't
Muscle
want to do
memory.
something, it becomes exactly. It
Yeah.
becomes a part of our muscle
memory,
memory, and then we keep doing it automatically.
Nice.
And so we have to keep an eye on the opponent.
Learn his.
And when we see that, okay, my fighter's doing this, and how is the other guy responding? So we have to. The cornerman just says every single time an adjustment needs to be made, the cornerman yells in. But other than that, we don't say. It's not like playing a Game Boy or like
do it well. Yeah, it's
not like a console. Gacha, button mash kar do. Yeah, it doesn't work that way.
I mean, I'm pretty sure you've seen like crazy fights and shit. Like, would you do you have one in mind which was like the craziest fight that you saw, either in the UFC or like in your division?
My own fight.
Your own fight?
My own fight.
With who?
This was October 28th, 2018, when my eye got shot.
18?
Oh, I remember.
2018 when my eye got shot.
I remember watching
because
that one.
you're talking
Jeremy
about
fight.
one with the Juggernaut, PAKtagon?
Yeah.
Before we get, because that's a big time
that's a
jump.
big.
You talked about VCL, right? Vehshi Championship League.
Yeah.
Was this the first introduction of like a professional league, like introducing combat sports in Pakistan, or because with the proper belt and a full on event and they had announcers and
Was that the one that in Islamabad?
No,
this one.
Oh, okay.
Because this was 2011.
12.
Right? 12. Yeah. So was that the first time, or was there something before that?
There were events before that. The one that I fought in, it was like the first ever cage that was brought in Pakistan or introduced in Pakistan was by Pak Fight Club. This was 2011. So 2011, the first ever octagon of Pakistan, or some people call it the PAKtagon. So it was that.
They gotta make everything like this. Yeah, Pakistani. Gotta do that.
So it was bigger than the size of a UFC's cage, right?
Oh shit.
Yeah. So it was like I think 32 by 32 feet, and so I think UFC's is 25 by 25.
Oh shit, significantly bigger. Okay. Yeah.
And this was 32 by 32.
Complex है ना? We gotta do it.
तुम्हें पता है कि हमारा UFC से बड़ा है. Yeah, let's start going.
That sounds so wrong.
वो भी बोलना शुरू हो जाएंगे. हमारे fighters के UFC fighters से बड़े हैं इनके.
वो है
वो तो
क्योंकि
है भी,
UFC
yeah.
fighter. Obviously, yeah.
That's true.
So that was like the first biggest, and PFC 1 I was I fought in PFC 1, like the first ever grand event. This was in Gaddafi Stadium, Lahore. शादियों वाली लाइटें लगाई हुई थी, ढोल बजाने वाले बुलाए हुए थे.
Green, red type.
Yes, exactly. वो जो इस पे दरख्त और फूल और वो बूटे बने हुए. They made a walkway and we had to walk on the. This was like in the football stadium, Gaddafi Stadium, the football stadium, and we had to walk bare feet all the way to the cage from the stands. And this was, I think, it was winters because it was really cold, and I fought in a rash guard. I fought in a rash guard. I was like, I'm not taking my shirt off. Sorry, it's cold. I'm fighting in a rash guard.
Bro.
And the fight was hilarious, man. I mean,
I can't imagine. Yeah, that's not,
the other guys, coaches were telling him to knee me. Like, in the balls. If you watch the footage, you can hear them clearly. Chukke sati nu, bahut ala, kuch bhi nahi hai. And the most famous one from that fight was that everyone in my team says, "Kanchi pa kanchi." I don't know.
Those are like kabaddi terms, though. Kanchi pa is a kabaddi term.
The guy was a kabaddi/wrestling guy. So I would jump to, like, I would just go on him to jab him. I would jab him and just pakad ke utha ke he was slamming me.
Dhobi chapda ya pata nahi kya hote hain.
Dhobi patka. Like kanchi pa kanchi.
Wow.
So yeah, that was the first ever event. After that, they had the VCL was the one where they had introduced the first ever title belt in Pakistan.
The belt, yeah. Bro, his belt was sick. Like when you put up photos of it, it's like a big.
But they never gave it to me. They never gave it to me.
Oh, they didn't give it to you.
Yeah. What they did was
photo or something and just
तस्वीर लेके वापस दे दे.
Exactly यही हुआ था. वो भी उसके घर गए. We went to the guy's house. अपने उसका पता नहीं क्या कमरा था, शेडी सा कमरा था. वहाँ पे उसने एक red पर्दे लगाए हुए थे और उसने यहाँ पे खड़े हो जाएं, picture ले लें. My brothers were with me. They're like, okay, where is he taking our brothers? So, you know, like,
feel like दो passport तस्वीर भी ले दे भाई.
So pictures and they're like, okay, belt. I'm like, I'm taking this home.
Yeah.
Then नहीं अच्छा, we'll send the belt to you. And a week later, his mother brings the belt to me. We were at the gym, and his mother brings the belt to me, and she's like, "We've brought the belt." I'm like, "Okay, finally, the belt's here." So she says, "Oh, you can take all the pictures you want, and then we'll take it back."
Oh, we'll take it back. What the fuck?
फिर वही वो ladies लोग के साथ क्या
You can't argue with them.
You can't argue with them.
Yeah, naturally.
Yeah.
Shit, that's crap.
So I got into MMA because when the Conor era, I think MMA UFC got really famous because of Conor, also because all the shit that he did. Like, पहले भी थी,
Well,
he brought it into like the
huge before
mainstream.
him too. Yeah.
No, but he brought it into like the mainstream with all his.
He brought the
angles.
showmanship.
Yeah.
No, but Ronda Rousey started that.
Yeah.
Ronda
that's
Rousey
true.
actually, because everyone was like, "Oh, a girl's doing that," and she's breaking arms.
Yeah.
And when that started happening, and then Conor McGregor, you can say he was the one who was like icing on the cake.
Yeah.
So
for sure,
when he started, and then Khabib versus Conor was the one that just
Blew it like.
And
Yeah.
this is the question that
There was like
asked.
polar opposites.
Yeah.
The way they are perceived.
That plus their fighting styles are polar opposites also, because Conor is known more for, like, you know, as a striker, because all the fights that he had before, I think with Nate Diaz, that was the one that he got choked out first, and then he had with a second fight and he won a different weight class or whatever. But with Khabib, you could tell, like, you know, Khabib's more of like a ground and pound guy, and you know, wants to do more of grappling. But during the fight, like, I think Khabib completely owned Conor. Like, he wore him down for the first 2 rounds or so, and then, you know, took him out.
Not really.
So my question is like, who are some of the fighters that you look up to, or that you see as, you know, really good fighters that you're like, okay, this guy's like really, really good, because there's different ways to fight and everything, right?
My like inspiration or idols were like they're the OGs of the sport, like the old UFC guys, like Cain Velasquez, Anderson Silva.
Yeah.
So, and I really like. I mean, I would relate. If I had to relate myself just with someone, I would say Cain Velasquez, because he was a heavyweight. He's
Didn't
the one.
he fight Brock Lesnar also?
Yeah, he's the one who punched Brock Lesnar in the head, and Brock Lesnar didn't know where he was.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
He was just flipping left and right. He was just he fell, got up, and then he fell again, and he got up, and he fell again 3 times. Yeah,
He went into like autopilot
lost the fight, or
falling.
did he win?
Brock lost the fight.
Lost the fight. Yeah.
I think if he's falling like that, he's gonna lose the fight.
Because of his issue.
No, that was against another guy, Alistair Overeem.
वो दूसरा था.
Yeah, so that guy
But,
just.
I mean, what's your opinion about Anderson Silva fighting Jake Paul now? Do you think he should have done
Is he?
This is
boxing match? Yeah.
Oh, boxing match.
Boxing
Yeah.
match. I mean, this is. I mean, these guys are now they have to make money.
Right.
Simple.
Yeah.
Right. Tyron Woodley fought. I mean, he made more money
Fighting
in
Jake.
that one fight than he made in his entire MMA career.
That's true.
So why not?
Yeah, why not? Exactly.
Exactly,
Yeah.
yeah.
Why
I mean,
not?
and the ultimate goal for, I mean, a lot of people would be like MMA fighters would be to go to the UFC, right? Like, काफी सारे लोग होंगे जिनका दिल करता है कि UFC जिस तरह anyone who plays cricket wants to play for the national team. Anyone who is doing MMA would want to go into the UFC. But even in the UFC, fighter space is like a huge thing that all these people bring up. So agar UFC के अंदर fighter space such a big issue, would you say it's similar with like all these other leagues?
Not really.
Okay.
What happens is UFC basically, with all the deals they had with the Venom, Reebok, and all these companies, what happened is that they're not allowed to represent any other brand, right? They cannot. They can have sponsors.
They have exclusivity.
So exactly. So Body Armor is their exclusive drink. वो Body Armor या Monster drink के अलावा किसी और drink का can या bottle हाथ में नहीं उठा सकते.
Wow.
And MMA fighters would get paid for that.
Yeah.
So even when I look for sponsorships, and I tell people, anyone can sponsor me,
Yeah.
right? And guys with कोई tripod बनाने वाला को वो sponsor, कोई जूते बनाने वाला को खेड़ियाँ बनाने वाला sponsor करते हैं तो मैं उसकी खेड़ी पहन के जाऊँगा.
They can't do that over there.
They can't.
Okay.
Because now the UFC has bound them. अब उसके बदले में what they do, UFC is paying them I think 5,000, 10,000 or max 20,000
That's crazy.
Per fight.
exactly for as the like as a replacement, you can say like extra funds.
Oh, okay.
So so that is why a lot of fighters are leaving you at the UFC and they're moving either to one championship or to PFL or to Bellator, and there they can have sponsors.
Bellator's getting big too.
Because that's how athletes make money, mostly
Exactly.
sponsorships.
Yeah.
And I think
I mean,
it's
it's not,
what
unless you're like a footballer or a soccer player. I mean, it's all sponsorships that you rely on.
And it's fucked up of them not to like pay these fighters while they're putting their lives on the line.
Bol Dana White ko bol.
Oi, Dana. No, but that's
Dana की एक offer मुझे भी आई थी वैसे. Yeah, I was telling you. This was 6th of June. They said we need a card for the 12th of June.
Wait,
Like,
is this an exclusive? Like you've never said this publicly before?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
We love exclusive. So basically, they said okay, we need an Asian fighter because they were having a UFC Singapore event 12th June. And this was the 1st of June that they told my teammate that he's an Iranian. So they said, oh, we need an Asian guy. He said, I have Indian, Pakistani, Filipinos, whichever you want. And he said, no, we need Asian guy. And he sent him a picture. He said, Asian. And he did this.
That's crazy.
And the guy was Chinese himself. So he was like, we need Asian. He didn't really have to do it.
He did his own eyes. He did his Chinese man did his own eyes.
He didn't really have to do it. But
like-
it was like Asian. So
That's like the equivalence of like cannibalism and racism, you know? Like, he's just fucking, but I mean, you're from Gilgit, right? So we kind of qualify a little bit maybe as like, Asian descent. No,
Not because you talk about like Mongolians.
no, I'm talking about I mean, most Baltis, most Gilgitis, we don't share that trait with them as much as they do, but like. हमारे लोग काफी चीनी होते हैं.
China
there's a mix,
and everything,
no?
near
Mix
the
up.
border.
Mongols with
Tibetan and like,
because my maternal side is Mongol and my paternal side is like the Wakhan side, more the Persian side. So वो उस तरह का mix है. फिर
What about you, Shigu?
I have no idea.
Oh, you don't know?
I think
You should
both my sides are like extremely Balti, so I don't know. I don't know.
That sounds like a dish.
Extremely Balti
लेकिन
dish.
तुझे पूछना चाहिए. You should know.
I should. Hey, I'm coming home and asking. So get ready.
Uncle आज शिकर को बता के भेजिएगा, please.
They might not even know themselves.
But I mean, so being like what I've noticed, people from the north. Oh, we're cutting. Okay.
कब से 3 मिनट से यूं कर.
So northern areas, right? What I've personally noticed is genetically. Do you think, like in Asia alone, like the people who descend from that area have a distinct advantage in combat sports because of the oxygen की कमी है in the mountains and stuff, thicker skin, thicker bone structure and all
Thicker
that.
skin for sure.
Yeah.
For sure. And I actually agree with that because I've been elbowed so many times in the head.
Oh,
Because
yeah.
I fought a lot of Muay Thai as well. I have like 9 Muay Thai fights in
Yeah.
Thailand, and I won flex. I won a Muay Thai belt
nice,
as well.
nice.
I'm the first and the only Pakistani to win like a pro Muay Thai
Oh shit.
championship belt.
Is that more lethal than
Oof, yeah.
MMA? Like UFC?
So Muay Thai is basically kicks, knees, and elbows. Less punches.
Less punches.
So
Okay.
it's
all
more knees
shit
and
in
elbows.
your face.
Yeah, I've seen videos. I mean, those guys look hard.
Yeah.
They look hard.
You may have seen this one guy, Rodtang. The guy gets punched in the face and he goes like,
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That guy, bro.
that's
He's
Muay Thai,
fucking
and
crazy.
and he's my teammate now
Oh,
at
shit.
Fairtex.
Oh, he's your teammate.
Yeah, when he
Why doesn't he feel anything?
because he's a strong chick.
Holy shit, dude.
He just
fuck, man. Yeah, he's just like,
And he keep on punching him in the
one
face.
more,
Yeah,
come on.
I think I sent the video also in the group.
No, I've seen the fight.
Yeah,
but
he
like,
got punched like.
and that's
he's
terrifying
crazy.
for the opponent. Also, like you punch, you
It's-
put
it's
your
ter-
full punch in there.
It was terrifying for me as well because I was his sparring partner for MMA. And I was wearing this huge ass headgear.
Yeah.
And I had this steel rod in front of it. And when he punched me, his knuckle literally went through the rod and hit me in the nose, and my nose started bleeding. And I'm like,
through the thing.
and I was thinking, I'm like,
Like, how does
it's here. Like, how did it get through? And my coach is like, just don't worry about it. Keep going, keep going, keep
So he
going.
must have like punched. Like,
And I've seen also wo logon ko, like he puts his fist down. He's like, okay, go ahead, punch me.
Yeah.
Takes it like right to the
But,
chin.
Yeah,
but long term, homeboy is gonna feel it. Like
Obviously,
20,
I mean,
30 years down
yeah,
the
this
line.
is why.
30, bro. The way he's taken it, 10 years.
But now he started being smart though. Now he started being smart. He doesn't take a lot of damage because he knows. I mean, I think he's what 25, 26, and these guys,
he's young.
because Thais, I mean, it's a young man's sport,
Yeah.
right? And these guys know, okay, we're gonna fight till max 27, 28, then we'll retire and make as much money as we can, and then just retire.
Is this the or am I thinking too Hollywood right now? Where they wrap the
Tyler,
ropes?
yeah,
the ropes
that's
around?
that's Muay
Muay Thai,
that's
right?
Muay Boran.
Oh,
That's like an old school. That's how it started.
That's Ong Bak.
So
back.
there was a time when they in the Thai gangs, the gangsters would have their guys to fight each other, and they would have pieces of shards of like glass in those ropes. Yeah, and they would punch each other with that.
हम पतंगों में डालते हैं वो उसमें डाल रहे हैं shit.
So you moved to Thailand now, right?
I am, yeah.
Was it because the sport wasn't progressing as much in Pakistan, or you just wanted to move out and pursue it elsewhere?
So when 2016 to 2018 I didn't fight. 2018 to 2019 I had 2 fights. I lost both, and I was like, okay, I need to up my game. And the situation here was a little shaky because in Pakistan there's like you have a lot of distractions in whatever you want to do.
Yeah.
Right? I have to go train. Beta dahi leke aao, mehman aa rahe hain.
Yeah.
Mom, I have a fight coming up. Koi baat nahi, wo bura lagta hai. No,
It's a
okay.
great TikTok idea.
And it's hard. It's hard to get people to put that importance on what you want to do
Exactly.
if it's fighting like
there's,
that.
there's no focus. There's no priorities are not right. I mean, you can see everyone's just doing whatever they want in
Yeah.
whatever way they want.
Yeah.
And in Thailand, I knew because the first time I went 2014, I was sponsored by Shout Out Diesel Diva. Because she sponsored me to move to Thailand, paid for the flight, paid for everything. So
Yeah.
like, it was like a all
nice.
paid for trip.
That's brilliant.
In 2014, I went and trained at this really good team called Phuket Top Team. And I fought 3 Muay Thai fights, won them, 1 MMA fight, won that fight.
Nice.
And all I knew was wake up, 7 a.m. in the morning, go for a run, come back.
Focus,
Tunnel
discipline.
vision.
Everything is on time. And after, so this time around when I went back to Thailand, I got signed with Team Fairtex, right?
Nice.
And they had this thing that, okay, first day, like day 1 you get late, we'll give you a warning. Day 2 you get late, you'll get a very strict warning. Day 3 you get late, you are out.
You're
Just
out.
go
Oh,
back home.
shit.
हमने podcast पे भी करने की कोशिश की थी लेकिन
I'd be the only one here. I'd be in the end. I'd be like, "Salam alaikum, Shabazz. कैसे हैं आप? ठीक ठाक?"
bro मैं भी हमेशा time पे आता हूँ. Today was the
But
only day.
that's what it is. It's
So Uloomi, how has the support changed in Pakistan for MMA and the reception of MMA? Like you've seen it since 2006,
Since the
2008.
beginning, I mean.
So how do you feel? कि अभी क्या change आया है?
Start though
Nothing.
parents it all starts with the house, right? Like your parents are gonna say, beta kya kamaoge, kyun apni haddiyan todwa rahe ho? So the PFC one, the first PAKtagon event that I spoke about, that was the first time that was my first pro fight. I broke a rib, fractured my rib in the first round, still managed to win in the 3rd round. I got back home. I was in pain, and I didn't tell my mom. And my mom saw my rib in 2018. She's like, "What happened to your rib?" I said, "This broke in 2011." She's like, "What?" I didn't even see it.
7 years.
I had to hide it from her.
Shit.
And now that she knows I'm a professional fighter and this is what I do for a living, even now she's like, "Okay, stop. I don't want you to fight anymore."
Of course, yeah, naturally.
So, I mean, back in the day when it started, even my dad was like, "You guys won't do anything." But slowly and gradually, when I won the championship belt, when started, doing good in business especially, and a lot of people say, "Yeah, we want to make money from fighting." Fighting is not like it's not a profession; it's an opportunity.
Yeah, it's not something you go into. I want to make money. I'm gonna go
Exactly.
Fighter. Yeah,
and it's an opportunity to get your name out there. People know you. Just become a little famous, you know,
Yeah.
and then use that
Anyone
name.
who's doing like combat sports is like a different breed from like all these other people.
It is,
because,
and then
you need to have
ultimately-
a different mentality for it.
For sure, and ultimately the money is not in fighting. The money is in either teaching or you whatever money you make from fighting, you invest in a business. Have
Yeah.
you know have a
Multiply that.
exactly.
Yeah,
Exactly.
naturally.
So, I mean, in my experience, 2016 when I won from the Indian counterpart of mine, when I won from him, that is when everything just shot all the way up because all the major media channels were at the airport to receive me.
Oh, nice.
My teammate had won a championship belt. They ignored him.
Oh shit.
And they focused on me.
Because you had that India, Pakistan.
Yeah,
I've seen that, yeah.
and he's like lifting his belt up, and everyone's like, "Yeah, good job!" And it's like, "Yes," and I'm on the side, and they're like, "Good job, Uloomi," and I'm like, "But he won a
He
belt."
got the belt.
But he won the belt. I'm like, "No," and the media was, I mean, they were, because of those people. I mean, I had to go through so much shit because what happens is that I'm saying it on air, it's live. From the airport,
Yeah.
so my teammate won the championship belt. It's a big organization. It's a big deal that he won from the #1 ranked fighter in Asia.
Yeah.
Wow.
He put him to sleep in like under 30 seconds.
Asia. Oh,
Like in time. Yes. So he put him to sleep in like under 30 seconds the first round.
30 seconds.
So the guy took him down. He put him in a triangle choke finish.
Wow.
That's it. And my fight went all like it went
Yeah,
distance
it was
like
all-
15 minutes. So
Yeah.
people are like, oh no, but you beat an Indian. आप बताएं आपको कैसे महसूस हो रहा है इंडियन को हरा
Indian को हरा
के
के।
लेकिन मेरा दोस्त my teammate has won the title
Yeah.
but वो तो ठीक है लेकिन आप कैसे महसूस हो रहा है इंडियन को
Didn't
हरा
care.
के मेरा मुंह फटा हुआ अंदर से मुझे दर्द हो रहा है मैं नहीं बोल सकता right but after that it was I think that was a turning point for MMA in Pakistan that everyone started to know okay if this guy can do it we can do it.
Yeah.
And a lot of fighters started in 2000, like a lot of guys who started in 2015, 16, 17 are now representing Pakistan on great platforms and they're doing amazing.
Oh, nice.
Like
Nice.
young kids who are winning medals. So Pakistan recently we won our first ever amateur MMA World Championship bronze
brilliant.
medal
Oh shit.
in January. And I was in the corner of the kid. Amazing talent. Like these
from your
new
team,
kids.
from Fairtex, or
No, he from Pakistan.
Oh, from national, like a
Yeah,
national
yeah.
level. Oh, nice.
So from here, it was an international competition, like it's IMMAF, International MMA Federation Amateur, and they had their World Cup, and the kid won in the most stacked division with 61 kilos. That's the weight class that I
Yeah,
fight at. It had
Bantam, right?
yeah. So he had to fight 3 days consecutive, and he I think fought like 5 fights,
consecutive, bro.
and he lost the 5th fight to the guy who won the gold medal. He lost in the
So
semifinal.
even the loss was like a dignified.
Oh yeah,
loss.
that
Like,
was
yeah.
he because these guys have been fighting for I think 3, 4, 5 years at these amateur tournaments, and they have over 20, 25 fights experience. And this guy this was his first ever competition, like international competition,
Yeah.
that exposure and everything, and that literally changed his life.
Nice. That's brilliant. That's
So
awesome.
all these guys coming after 2016, they're a new breed. So the past 6 years have been, a lot of support, but support just saying, good job.
Yeah.
What was
So has-
support from the brands is not
Yeah,
there?
like sponsorships and everything. Has that
I
increased,
think-
or-
like local brands or whatever.
Not really. There's a couple of brands, like 1 or 2 brands. Like there's one brand, Leaning, Leaning Pakistan. Shout out to those guys because they sponsored me after I lost my fight, and
That's
they're like,
cool. That's cool.
and they said, we want to invest in an athlete. We don't want to sponsor someone who's already up there.
Yeah. They
Because-
want to bring someone. up.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So we want to build with you. But sadly, I was there. I think bad luck charm. Because of COVID, their business shut down.
Oh shit. Oh, okay.
But you talked about 2016 was
Yeah.
kind of like that was
Yeah,
like you felt like it was peaking in the country, right?
that's when it
Because
hit
of
the yeah.
Pakistan India thing. You took a huge layover after that. In how important is it? Because after that, I remember your fight after that with Jeremy, the Juggernaut, PAKtagon.
We'll, yeah. Let's get to that.
So
too.
that was 2018.
18.
That's a 3-year layoff,
Two.
right?
2.5.
Two and a half. 2.5.
Math.
So math.
Bad doctor.
Though, I mean, like, how important is it? Because I remember watching that fight and I was like, like, mera dil andar se
Yeah.
yun band ho raha tha, and seeing the pictures after and everything. So, layoffs, like, how important is it to constantly stay training or like, fighting or how, what should be the biggest break period between fights?
So
Like professional fights.
the best way to put it is that when you are a doctor, right? You're a surgeon, let's say, and you have, let's say, one surgery every 3 months, 4 months. and then after there comes a delay in your whatever, for whatever reason you don't do a surgery for 2 years, 3 years, and the first time you hold a knife or your hands will shake because you'll be like, okay, what if something goes wrong? So that what
Confidence,
if exactly that one what if is what basically puts that the kida in your mind.
Seed of destruction.
Overcoming adversity.
Doubt.
Exactly. But then for fighting, it's that we know that we're gonna fight. We know I punch him, he's gonna punch me. One of us is gonna go down, or maybe one of us will get cut, or someone's gonna get hurt.
You're putting your life on the line, right? Like when you're going to a fight. So what's the mindset like a day before, like 2 days before a fight? Because obviously you're cutting weight and like you're going through all these moves, things or whatever. So what's your mentality like when you're going to a fight?
So
not everyone's you, bro. Yeah, not everyone's you.
No, he can talk about this. Like their mentality completely changes.
It does. Oh, for sure. Yeah,
of course they do.
Because what we do is like
the
last week we I don't believe in like the diets, but the last week we have to go in the keto diet, like ketogenic scene, right? Because we have to cut the carbs. We have to cut the carbs because we have to like dramatically and drastically have to change, like drop the weight down. So, excuse me. What happens that because of low carbs in your body, you start feeling like agitated,
right?
And then we have to. And then, मतलब 6 to 7 kilos मैंने body weight वैसे कम कर लिया. उसके बाद अभी 4 किलो रह गया, 5 किलो रह गया. वो मैं पानी निकालने वाला हूँ. So I'm water loading, and I feel like I feel so bloated. I have no food in my system, no carbs in my body. To give me enough energy. थोड़ा बहुत fat से गुजारा चल रहा है. And I'm super bloated. I'm drinking like 2, 3, 4 gallons water a day to hydrate myself, like to overhydrate because I have to flush it all out to make weight. So when that happens, like that is the hardest part. Like making weight is the hardest part. For me right now, I'm like 76, 77 kilos. I have to make weight 61 kilos. Wow. So I have to cut like 15, 16 kilos, and I'm going to go through the same process.
So you've moved up a division, or you're still bantam?
Still the same weight division.
Okay. What's Bantam? You keep saying that. What is that?
Bantam is his division.
Yeah, 61.3 kilos. Yeah.
So they're like
weight class.
So heavyweight is the highest, right?
Heavyweight.
There is
Bantam?
super heavyweight as well.
Super heavyweight.
Yeah,
Whoa.
super heavyweight.
Yeah.
Shit. Okay.
Wow.
Then below that, heavyweight.
Yeah, heavyweight, light heavyweight, middleweight, welterweight, lightweight, featherweight, bantamweight, flyweight, strawweight.
Strawweight.
I think.
Strawweight.
Strawweight.
But Uloomi, again, why that long of a longover? Because that fight stung me, bro.
I know.
Like watching you, like, that was tough. Like,
So after the
why'd
20
you take that big of a break?
So I didn't take a break. So after the 2016 fight, I was supposed to fight in China 2017. I didn't get the visa. The whole year, the whole month, I was going to the embassy, bring this document, and I'll bring that document. Visa problem, and that is my only issue with like being a Pakistani and in sport. I had a letter from, I think, Ministry of Foreign Affairs. Some director said, okay, I'll write you a letter. He wrote a letter. The embassy didn't accept it.
Oh shit.
Somebody told me, hum sifarish karenge. That didn't work. Nothing worked. So and I've never, again, another exclusive. These guys said, so the first time they gave me the visa for the press conference, I went to China.
I remember that.
They told me to pull off some Conor McGregor stuff.
So he was suited, booted, glasses, everything.
Nice.
But it actually got serious. Like, so we were talking. I was just talking shit. And I was like, this guy's just jealous of my beard because his girl thinks that I have a great beard and I look handsome. He's like, after I beat him, I'll make him shave his beard. I'm like, you're just jealous because your girlfriend liked my beard and she's not giving it to you tonight. And he's like, and he says, fuck Pakistan. I'm like,
shit.
You did not do that. I'm like, you did not say that.
Up.
And you would know Gilgit-Baltistan people. We're like extra
hardcore.
Yeah. I'm like, no, you didn't do that. And then when we were like standing, this wasn't a face-off. So we were standing looking at the cameras and everything, posing. And I did this. And he pulled up a middle finger. And I was like, okay, that's 2.
Yeah.
So I'm going to...
Strike two.
Strike 3 is going to be me.
Yeah.
So I turned at him and I just went all like...
Nice.
There you go. He tried to get in my face. I pushed him. I'm like, let's go.
Nice.
And everyone's like trying to...
Pull you apart and shit. Oh, shit.
And...
Hey, new Kang Kang.
that was his name.
New Kang Kang. Idhar dekh. See the beard.
मेरी भी निकलती है अभी है नहीं लेकिन निकलती है मेरी भी
So I was promised that if I sell the tickets, that was going to be in Mercedes-Benz Arena, Shanghai.
That would.
And
be
I was told the press con was in a mall,
Oh.
and he was from a gym which
Was it in
are-
the mall?
Yeah, in a mall.
तो मूवी के प्रमोशंस मॉल करने जाते हैं.
So what they said was that they offered me $20,000, $25,000
Wow.
if I sell out the tickets, and the show was sold out.
Damn.
That's what I heard. They said
brilliant.
it's sold out. They're like,
Why didn't they give the visa? Because Pak-China,
I don't know.
Great.
And I got
visas are
because unka social media was नहीं है ना, TV का पता नहीं क्या scene है.
Right.
So they had over like 100 million views on multiple, like 100 million
For the
million
press
plus
conference.
for the press conference because of that pushing and
Damn,
everything.
damn.
And everyone was showing that, oh, Pakistani and this and this and this.
Yeah.
And I used a line there, maybe कुछ लोग कहते हैं शायद इस वजह से जो है ना नहीं मिला. I said कि I'm going to beat him up so bad that China is going to reconsider the CPEC project in Pakistan.
That's probably it.
Oh,
We figured it out. So yeah, and a lot of drama happened. So a lot of those the audience there, they were really happy. They were messaging people and they're calling people to come and watch the press con. And there were guys, ex-UFC fighters on that card who were headlining title fights, and no one was asking them questions. Everyone was asking me questions. So I just pulled my chair back. I had my feet up on the table, and I'm just
Full on Conor McGregor.
You went full Conor.
Oh yeah, I did. Yeah. And
Surprise, motherfucker. The king
Oh
is back.
Oh my god!
Surprise, motherfucker. The king is back.
It took me a minute. I had to visualize it.
I'm like,
I was like, what did he just do, bro?
तुझे पता भी है इस चीज का?
मुझे असल चीज surprise.
You do yours.
I don't have a Conor McGregor impression, dude.
Do you know Conor is?
Do I? Yes. Who doesn't,
Okay,
bro?
good. फिर ठीक है. मैंने कहा शायद पता भी नहीं है तुझे.
Instagram.
What's his nickname? What's
What's
his
his
middle
nickname?
nickname?
Connor's?
Yeah.
Surprise.
What's his nickname?
What is it? I'm asking you.
Don't tell him.
What's his
No,
full
no.
fighter name when they announce him? Da-da-da, McGregor.
Kratos.
No.
Uloomi Kratos.
what's his like fight name? His fight name.
पता है, the
name?
eagle.
मैं Conor का
Conor का मुझे नहीं पता.
Surprise.
It's surprise.
The notorious one, bro.
Notorious.
वो भी उससे copy किया है from Biggie.
Oh my
Whatever
god.
it is, that's don't try to deviate. Don't try to deviate.
Fuck that.
Big
Eagle's more original. You don't even know. तू भी तो eagle ही है ना?
Hawk. Shabazz.
Oh,
Baz is a hawk or a falcon, not an eagle. But anyway, what I want to dig into is your fight with Jeremy PAKtagon. I've never know how to say his last name.
I'm guessing.
Pakachu. A lot of people call
Pakachu.
him. My nephew calls him Jeremy Pakachu.
Pikachu. Oh, shit. Yeah. No, that was a brutal fight. That was when was it? 2018?
2018.
Yeah, that was
October
brutal.
2018.
Now, one of the coolest parts of that fight, I thought, is there was a moment in that fight right at the first round where you would expect any other fighter to just kind of be done. Like, oh, that guy just lost. He got hit. That's when you get fucking fired up. Yeah. That's when you start the fight. And that was insane to watch. And I've seen you do that a couple times in fights. It seems like, okay, you just got hit, that guy's gone. And that's when there was another fight where you picked up the opponent, you fucking threw him down, you started wrestling him. And in this fight, especially like his, I think the eye thing was the first round, right? You got hit in the eye? Yeah.
Mid first round, he clipped me. All I remember in the fight is my back hit the fence.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh shit, this is not a good thing. Because I know, cause I've been knocked out before. I know when you forget something, like when you don't remember shit, it means you're out.
Oh,
concussion.
Yeah. Okay.
For sure.
Shit.
And when that happened, I was like, okay, I'm fading away. It's a bad sign.
Yeah.
So autopilot, and I
Made it.
Brought it back. You brought yourself back in, or like what do you do? 'Cause
just I don't know what happened.
Yeah.
And then the next thing I knew, the light flicking in my eye, and I'm like, what's going on?
Yeah.
And it's like I'm just waking up from a dream, and I'm like, oh shit, I was fighting.
oh, fuck.
Oh, the
And
fight
I-
was over.
Yeah,
No.
we were outside.
Oh.
I remember we were outside, like, because they had a tent kind of a thing. Tambula guy has a corner, so as a changing room. So we were back there, and I look at my hands. I have no gloves, no hand wraps. I have my trousers on. I'm wearing a hoodie. I'm like, "Pata nahi kiski hoodie pehni hui hai?" And I hear this guy say, "No, the retina is responding to light. The eye is responding to light, so his eye's fine." And I look around. I'm like, "What the hell happened?"
So those 3 rounds you did.
I don't remember. I don't remember
That's
anything.
insane because you were there. You were fucking brutally like pinning him down.
I fought, and then after the fight, I gave an interview.
Yeah.
I made everyone say, "Ju, Gilgit Baltistan, this, that, Pakistan's in the
and you don't
blah,
have
blah, blah,
no
blah."
recollection of that.
I have no
To this day.
Oh, shit.
to this day.
Oh shit! Wow. Because I
And
mean,
when I came out of the fight, I have an ex-teammate showed up and he's like, "Bro, that was a beautiful fight."
it was, yeah.
And he was all praises, and I was just smiling at him. I was like, "Thank you." And then
Yeah.
after that, when I like 2-3 months later, I met him and I told him, I'm like, "Bro, I had such a horrible fight, and you didn't even say anything. Like, you didn't even meet me after
Yeah.
the fight." It's like,
Oh,
"Bro,"
shit.
it's like, "I met you right after the fight." I'm like, "No, you didn't."
Because you're shaking hands with the people on stage right after the fight. You're meeting the people.
Everybody, and they're like, "You remember from the fight?" I'm like,
Oh shit!
Wow.
Oh my god! Wow.
That's
So it's
crazy.
complete wipeout. Complete
Because I mean,
wipeout.
that there was a moment where you would think the referee would call it. You're on the ground. You
Yeah,
got punched,
he was on top of.
but you
the
just
action,
kind
yeah.
of just
Yeah.
put him down. You just kind of reversed it and put him down.
In the first round, I watched the footage, because when I went back to the hotel, when I realized I had a concussion was because we were fighting in Gaddafi Stadium,
Mhm.
and the hotel was right across the road. So all the fighters were in the hotel. We were not allowed to stay somewhere else. So now I thought that the weigh-ins, the media weigh-ins was like the one day before the fight.
Right.
We had to go somewhere in DHA, somewhere like 45-50 minutes drive for the weigh-ins. I thought that was the venue in my head. So when we took off from when we left from the fight venue, we reached in like 3-4 minutes.
Yeah.
And I thought, okay, maybe I fell asleep. What happened? I'm like, "Coach, I think I'm concussed. I think I'm about to die."
Fuck.
And my brother wasn't by my side. It was my grappling coach, Coach Atif. And he said, "What happened?" I said, "Coach, all this like it felt like it was only 3-4 minutes long." Like it was 3-4 minutes long. And I said, "No, it's not 3-4 minutes."
Yeah.
Like, I said, "Yeah, the Gaddafi Stadium, this," and he's trying to make me understand. And then I felt like throwing up.
Oof.
So I get out and I feel like throwing up, and all the concussion symptoms.
Yeah.
And then I go back to the hotel, and I think 2 a.m. I wake up. I look at my phone. One of my ex-teammates, he put he made a video of like he screen recorded the fight. He put the clips together, the best moments, and then he made a motivational video that to when the world thinks that you will not get up and something.
Just generally motivational videos.
I need to watch this fight. Yeah, I haven't seen this fight.
No, I'm amazed that you were on autopilot those 3 rounds.
It was even my fight camp was autopilot because 6 of my teammates were fighting, so the coaches were like their hands were full, and they were saying, "Okay, we have to train this guy, train this guy, train this guy, then train this guy," and in their head, because everyone was getting a shot in an international organization, right?
Yeah.
So they thought, okay, if we give a lot of attention and focus on our brother, everyone's going to think, which has happened before, that they would pay attention to me and everyone would say, "Oh, ye apne bhai ko zyada focus karte hain." Yeah. And
Miru loves nepotism.
so they thought, okay, we don't want this problem, and they said, "Oh, you already have a lot of experience, and we'll just have a trainer with you. He'll teach you. He'll just hold pads for you."
Yeah.
So my entire fight camp was that I have to fight. I have just fight. Let's get in fight
Just
mode.
get into it.
It was just kill or get killed,
Yeah,
kill or
yeah.
get killed. And even if he
That's crazy.
until unless he doesn't put me out completely, I have to go just fight.
Yeah. And there are a few times where, in all natural senses, he should have put you out, but you just didn't. You refused
He
to go
could have,
out.
but he could have, yeah.
Yeah.
The first round, like the mid first round, he clipped me, and when I felt like my legs I couldn't feel my legs. I'm like, oh shit, that's bad. I'm fading out.
Oh,
He hurt me, and I tried to like grapple, and then I have no memory. And then all I remember is like some voices, like this dark, and it looked like a movie scene, right?
That's good. Yeah.
Like I can see. I can see some lights, blur lights,
Yeah.
and I just hear head in the throat, stomp the feet, stomp the feet.
Stomp the feet, yeah. there's
And
a lot
I'm
of that.
stomping the feet, and then and I hear the people chanting Pakistan ka matlab kya la ilaha
Yeah, they were
illallah.
full on. Yeah, the crowd was wild. Yeah.
And I don't have like
No
I don't
recollection of that.
I just remember the sound of that.
Right.
And then after the first round ended, beginning of the second round, I was like, let's go. The bassist in me came out.
Yeah, you were
the
like,
performer. I'm like, let's go.
Yeah.
Exactly. And फिर उसके बाद second round I whooped him.
Yeah.
Third round went थोड़ा सा toe to toe.
He only won the third round by like, I think it was almost with luck. It was fluke. It was kind of fluke.
It was like when I watched the fight, I saw that the guy what he did was he knew that I'm going to take him down.
Yeah.
So when I shot for the takedown, he stuffed the takedown. He put me on my back so that he scored the takedown.
He scored the point. Yeah.
So he just stayed on top. We call it lay and pray.
Yeah.
That you score a takedown, you just want to win the round, so you just stay there, make sure that the guy's not able to get up, and just let the time pass by. So he did that, and then the last second, it was pretty controversial because the last second when the ref said stop, and I heard the buzzer and I stopped. I watched the video. He punched me, and then I fell down.
Yeah, I saw that.
So some people said that the judges scored it a knockdown. Some said that they didn't score a knockdown.
And then even before,
it was after the bell.
almost at the same second, he just climbed up on the railing and started celebrating too.
Yeah,
as
because
if-
he thought that the referee stopped the fight.
Yeah. Because the way you fought, it was all leading towards like Uloomi's going to take this, but there was this random fluke at the end that guy played up to his advantage and won that round. But that fight was insane. You haven't seen it.
No, I
saw it live.
Even I saw it live.
Yeah, he was watching live.
There's a specific move you did, like I don't know if you remember. Now you're saying you don't have any recollection of that fight, but
he's
you've
seen the
it.
footage, yeah.
So there's a specific move you kept doing. I think you did 3-4 times, and it was insane the speed at which you do it. He goes, you see him going for a punch. You kind of just let your body fall, and you.
Yeah,
You grapple
we
him.
call it shooting. Like
That move's
in
crazy.
Wrestling is like you shoot to take down, so we have to time it.
Yeah.
What happens most of the time is that you may see Khabib. He just puts his head down. He just rushes in.
Yeah.
Right. That's a bull rush.
He doesn't wait for that.
He doesn't wait
Fall,
for the
yeah.
moment because he knows, okay, they're gonna hit me. I don't care, and people are already and already intimidated the other fighters that he doesn't really care.
Yeah.
So he gets in with the person like, I'm gonna take you down, and he does take him down,
Yeah.
right? So even his opponents, even like the new guy Khamzat Chimaev,
Uh-huh.
he does the same. Everybody knows this guy is gonna take him down. He just throws 2 strikes and he bull rushes.
Yeah.
He'll hit you against the fence and he'll just slam you on the floor. So. I'm taught very technically.
Yeah,
My brothers
it seemed
want
very
me to be very
technical,
technical. So they're like, okay, wait for him to throw a punch. So because he knows that he's hurt me, my face is a mess. It looks like somebody stuck a meatloaf on my eye, and
we gotta throw that.
so they're like meatloaf on my eye, and when I watched the video, I'm like, I was fine like that.
Yeah, it was completely. Yeah.
And he knows he's hurt me, so he was trying to just throw the big hand over and over
Go for
again.
the knockout.
He wanted to he just wanted to put me out. And now we knew, even though it was subconscious, but my corner was telling me, I had Faizan and Coach Atif and Coach Atisham in my corner. And they said that you just have to shoot. Let him throw the strike, move around, make him think that you want to strike with him. And the moment he strikes, you just shoot for it.
That was a cool move, yeah.
And every single time I was trying to just looking. And the moment I see, okay, his body is moving, he wants to go for a big shot. Because he was loading up the punches and then he was
he
throwing.
really was, yeah.
And then I was like, okay, this is my time, and just shoot underneath.
Boom.
Yeah.
But his strikes, I don't know if you remember, his strikes were pretty fucking hard. And I saw you kind of countering that by making it more about the grappling and the wrestling. Yeah, that was really cool.
In the beginning, like the shots that really hurt, like there was no punch that hurt me. I mean, I've never felt
Proper.
that I've ever been hurt in a fight. The only when you get knocked out, you don't actually see the punch coming. Mike Tyson once said that when you make 2 punches sound like one, that's when you knock him out. So
I just visualized it.
What does that mean?
Right? So
That's crazy.
So that means that when the person is not expecting a punch, and he gets hit with a punch, that's when he's gonna go out lights out completely. And if not complete lights out, it means he's going to wobble. He's going to do the chicken dance for sure. And that is exactly what happened. 2 times I've been knocked out. Actually 3 times. But the third time was not because I got hit from a surprising shot, because my weight cut was bad last time that I lost. Yeah.
Damn.
My brain was dehydrated and I was passed out during the weight cut. I didn't realize that it was because of that. No, I was fine, but my brain was dehydrated. And when he touched me on the chin, I just went down the first round. I got back, wrestled, took him down, and I thought, okay, it was maybe something.
Yeah.
And mid first round, when I turned, I was like, okay, I'm fine.
Yeah.
I got back in the fight. I was fine. I took him down again. I got back, stronger. But then he was ranging. He was just looking for that one big shot.
He was constantly ranging with you. He's trying to create distance with you. Yeah.
So that's what all my opponents do. And even the fight that I have coming up next year, I know this is exactly what he's going to do. Exactly his game plan.
We'll talk about that at the end. I want to hype that up. The fight. It's another border war.
Okay.
He's got coming up.
We can talk about he's talking right now.
Big one.
Let him introduce you at the fight, bro.
Oh god! Oh shit!
Dhruv Chaudhary, right? Dhruv Chaudhary.
Oh shit! Dhruv.
Another Pakistani India bout.
He's Tiger Shroffs' personal trainer.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
Oh. Miru's a Tiger Shroff fan, so.
So it's
Dhruv.
Bro, yeah.
this is basically it's called Matrix Fight Night. Matrix Fight. It's the Shroff family basically started a Matrix MMA gym.
Oh, cool.
And then they started a Matrix Fight Night, like a series. So this is their 10th show.
That's really cool. Shit.
This is nothing happens here at 10.
Where's it going to be?
Nothing happens here at 10. Matrix Fight Night. 10.
Come on.
लाते भेज रहे हैं.
हाँ, लाते क्यों भेज रहा है लोगों को?
Double.
10 कह रहा है, 10.
So this is going to be in Dubai, 18th November. And it's for the bantamweight
Next
title.
year.
Not this
No,
year.
oh,
No,
this year.
5-6 weeks.
November,
5-6
bro.
weeks.
1 month.
Yeah, and it's for the title, the bantamweight title.
Bantamweight title, and it's going to be a 5-minute round. And it's the main event.
That's something huge. That's something huge.
home, Kratos. Bring it home.
Yeah.
Where is it going to be in Dubai?
I'm not sure about the venues yet because
Google कर लेना, मिल जाएगा.
I think
Chalo, bro.
टिकट भी मांगोगे. उलूमी भाई passes दे दे.
Backstage passes दे दे.
उसके दिमाग में अब टाइगर श्रॉफ आ गया.
Tiger Shroffs
आएगा ना.
आएगा.
Hey,
Because
I played volleyball with Tiger
That's
Shroffs.
Good.
But
it's okay. I'm gonna whoop his personal trainer. So
He kicked our team's ass. So kick his ass. Yeah. I was benched that
payback
whole game.
time.
Payback time.
Wait, he's Tiger. I don't. Correct me. He's his trainer in what exactly? Because I know he's a gymnast. I know
Yeah,
Tiger Shroff
yeah.
is like a professional gymnast.
Tiger Shroff has, I think, a background in gymnastics and taekwondo.
Oh, Taekwondo.
So for
Okay.
movies and all, 'cause obviously you need to throw punches and all, right?
Yeah.
What,
So
if it's is it the gymnastics background that comes out because his moves are very
Yeah,
like
so obviously gymnastics.
fluidy and
it's so
bingo, like-
so you may have watched the movie Ong Bak.
Yeah.
Of course.
Tony
Love
Jaa,
it.
right?
Tony
So
Jaa.
now look at his body. So here, that's gymnastics plus Muay Thai, and Muay Thai is a stiff sport.
Yeah, that's
very
very
In Muay Thai, you don't like there's no
And you can
hopping
tell 'cause
step.
he goes very
It's like you're really
hard,
like you're
yeah.
standing and
Yeah.
like really stiff,
Yeah, yeah.
right? Like really tight body.
Everything's hard. Yeah, everything's hard.
So it's like a tight, like staying stiff and tight sport.
Everything's hard, bro. It's like, they look like they're gonna hit you with their neck and you're gonna fucking die. You know?
No, his strikes, bro. Like I don't know if that's a camera trick or if that's
Nah,
him real time
Muay
doing
Thai.
that.
Because
Like
the guy the teammate of mine that I told you about, that's
Yeah.
like Rodtang. They do the same thing. Senchai, Wakao. These are like the Muay Thai legends, and they fight the same way. Senchai is like he knocks people out with like standing on one hand and cartwheel kicks.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
Damn.
That's
Like Tekken.
yeah.
Fucking Tekken, bro.
Exactly.
And these thing about Ong Bak is the Thai stuntmen and shit. They take the hits.
Yeah, they do.
don't.
They
It's
do
not
that.
American. It's not American
I
stunt
saw the
work.
making of
They
it.
fucking
Oh,
take
man.
the like maro, man. They'll get up, knock him out. It's okay.
Yeah.
Like, done.
All
They
the
do
stunts,
that.
everything. I think after Jackie Chan, this guy
Raid.
was like the next coming, but Hollywood didn't treat him right. They didn't
Yeah.
treat Tony
No,
Jaa.
they didn't.
Hollywood doesn't know how to treat. I mean,
But Thai, there's so many actors and actresses in Thailand that do practice Muay Thai and that have like they're on the same level as Tony Jaa.
damn.
But I don't know why they're like.
It's so for them it's like the way in Bollywood. If you live in India, you know how, and you want to be an actor, you need to know how to dance. I think
Yeah.
Thailand, you need to know how to fight if you want to be an actor. Action movie. Actor.
Like Bollywood, you need to have glamour,
yeah.
right? It's the same. So coming back to your point, it's
Very fluid.
very fluid. Is the gymnastics and taekwondo, because taekwondo is also fluid.
Is okay.
So you may have seen that like some sort of that fluidity in my style as well, because that comes from taekwondo. Because like entire body is loose. If we stay tight, halka sa
Yeah.
body hum tight karte hain, the other person can see this guy's going to attack.
Yeah.
So the mindset and everything. It's,
That Jeremy guy was stiffer, way stiffer than you when you were fighting. I think he had a stiffer style, no?
yeah, he was a boxer. So
Oh,
wushu. He had a wushu
That's
background.
why he's always he's looking for those
wushu
hits.
and boxing, because he was a Filipino. So Filipinos like they have hard hands.
Wushu is what?
Wushu is
primarily?
basically Chinese kickboxing.
Okay, shit.
Yeah.
Damn.
So there's Chinese kickboxing, there's Dutch kickboxing, there's Thai kickboxing.
Damn.
Chinese kickboxing is called Wushu/Sanda. The Dutch kickboxing is the Dutch kickboxing, and the Thai kickboxing is called Muay Thai.
Okay, that's what. Okay, nice. Interesting.
This guy snuck in that whole. I heard you with the bassist thing. You know, Uloomi's he's a bassist metal.
Oh yeah, we
Was.
I mean, you still are though.
Wait, metal?
Yeah,
you
he
guys
can-
just
he
play
can
metal?
shred.
Like, oh, nice.
Used to.
He was a
Used to.
pumper like.
Now so the transition from
Shout out
metal.
your band name.
Shout out to DissBelief.
Yeah.
Believe, you better believe. Yeah.
So like the transition from metal to rabab was something else. Because then I stopped playing bass and I switched over to rabab.
Ooh.
And like
That's interesting.
The Gilgit Baltistan music and the Pashto music, all the folk
Did you
music.
bring any metal into that? Like into the
I tried, but
Can you? I don't know.
every time because Coach Sultan would play the djembe.
Oh, okay.
Coach Sham sings.
Yeah.
Even though they're my brothers, I still call them Coach.
Right. Right.
So even at home, they're like, Coach can.
Coach. Coach bhai. Coach bhai.
So one of them sings, one of them plays the djembe, and every time I try to like
Throw
throw some riffs in it, kind of stuff, and then my Coach Sultan goes like.
Not Led Zeppelin.
Okay, sorry. Back to Desi. Back to Desi.
I get it. Yeah, that makes sense.
Was that switch over for the ladies?
Nah.
Why you
Not everyone does everything.
Bro, if it was for the ladies, I would have switched over to acoustic guitar and singing.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. That's why I started guitar. It was for the ladies, and then it became something else eventually. But interestingly enough, if you start doing a lot of things for a lady, you end up just doing it so well enough that you're like, all right, I'm doing this. Yeah. So
that's exactly what I said on a television channel when they said, "Apne fighter kyun bane?" Dil toot gaya. Ishq mein naakaam ho gaya, fighter ban gaya.
That's what they want also, na, because what they
spice.
I couldn't
Spice story. Fight.
But what about PEDs in the sport? Like, do you guys get tested and shit?
What's that?
And, like,
What's PED?
Performance
Enhancement drugs.
Strides.
Okay, yeah.
Everybody's. I quote Nate Diaz. All these motherfuckers on steroids.
all these motherfuckers on steroids.
You did a better job.
But yeah, that's what I've heard more and more. And there's a dialogue going on that all these motherfuckers are on steroids. Yeah.
So, go ahead.
It's just that a lot of people, because it's still a taboo in the world, right? Using steroids, PEDs, it's still a taboo that people say, oh, he's on steroids. Some people, what they do is like in Pakistan, if you see someone, hum 12 andon ki diet pe, like, din mein 12 ande khate ho, that's it. Right? So they have zero knowledge of what they're doing.
Yeah.
And then to cover it up, they say hum 12 andon ki diet pe hain, to garam diet hai. And like, you ask them, what is garam diet? It's just like they justify the acne because of the steroids, right? They're like, hum garam diet pe hain. And everyone's like, oh, garam diet pe, haan, bas thodi lassi bang piyenge, set ho jayenge. Wo thanda kar dega, thandi dasi hai. And so,
we know somebody who's like that.
Oh, we do?
He's a mixed martial artist as well, you know.
Oh, you call
Gorsi, Shabazz Gorsi, yeah. His name is Shabazz as well.
What you doing? Give me my name back, bro. I want my name back.
Shabazz Sharif.
Is he a fighter?
He is.
He's the first guy. He's the first guy who actually started with me.
Oh shit.
The first ever student from Team Fight Fortress with me.
Oh shit.
He started, and him and I, like, first time ever we competed.
Yeah.
Him and I went together. We competed. He lost the fight. I won the fight. He lost on decision. Then the second time he came again, but then he had problems. He was the kind of a guy who would show up for training at 10 a.m. and he would non-stop train till 6 p.m. and then go home and just stay awake all night.
Oh.
Get back to training next day, 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Just keep training.
That's crazy.
No, because I remember Gorsi, he's all about that garam diet life and the anda diet life, but he's also a bit of a showman. So I remember he specifically chose Sidhu for his entrance music. Came out, smacked my hand so hard that my bracelet broke.
Oh shit!
And I was like,
oh nice.
So is that what is your pre-fight ritual, or like do you have a specific song that you like to come out to? Do you have a fixed entrance music?
I used to have Godsmack's Crying Like a Bitch.
Oh, nice. Godsmack.
I remember that one.
Yeah. And then there was a time when I switched over to, what's it called? I remember the name.
Oh,
but then I was like, now I've switched back to Crying Like a Bitch.
Nice. Yeah.
So
heavier vibe.
It makes me.
Is there a copyright thing, or it's like
no?
How does it work?
So you can so they ask any organization that we fight in. They say, what song would you like to walk out to? And we say this song. So they ask like 2-3 weeks prior to the event because they want to make sure that there's no
issue.
They beep out all the swear words.
Okay.
दोस्त को बना के दो entrance music क्या करें?
गाना बना के दो.
Hey, Uloomi,
तुम rap करो तुम.
do you want
Entrance music.
Osama rapping.
Osama.
Walking in the ring, gonna kick some ass.
Oh man. What'd you say? Walking
in the ring, gonna kick some ass.
So Uloomi, I don't know if it's a side hustle or if it's an actual thing you want to get into. This guy was the fight coordinator on our film Umru Wayar. That's
Oh yeah, I heard about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's something I thought about too.
Funny, yeah, and just before he gets into the detail, I remember one of the days, he was having everyone, practice outside of the warehouse that we were shooting at, and Farhan Bhai, so he told I didn't have any fight scenes, but Uloomi was like, oh, Sama, you and Farhan Bhai, you guys practice, and he can, you do this, and I was like, yeah, cool. So I'm going against it, man. Farhan Bhai just straight came up like, and hit me right.
Headbutted you. Oh, what? Why?
Oh my god!
I remember I didn't move back fast enough, or he came too hard. And then I'm like, man, fuck you, man. I was like, I got one scene. You got me with this fucking
bump on your head. It's okay. You got headbutted by the man Iron Man 1 beat.
Yeah,
right?
that's what I was trying to do. Make myself feel better. I remember Ali Kazmi. Ali was like, bro, what happened? He's like, what the fuck's on your forehead? I was like, don't ask, bro. I was like, it's a little.
I'm just like, what just goes through a person's head? Like, all right, this fight, boom. Like, I'll use my head first,
It was a combo move. It was he defeats one minion, and then gets to the main minion. So he's like,
I get it.
It was
that's
practicing
when he
a
goes-
sequence.
And then someone's
And I
last
was at the
person's
end,
left,
and he's like, and I'm like,
But
that one landed, bro.
how was that your first time like coordinating like FX fights? Like,
Yeah.
Right? How was that experience?
To be honest, that was like I think Joey had a project in his mind before this.
Right.
We had shot one. It was called
the
Sat.
MMA brother movie?
No, the Sat.
Oh, okay.
I remember we had to shoot one scene. We shot all of that, so I had to choreograph that. So that was like the first time I had to practice.
Yeah.
The second time, this was my second time, but that one didn't materialize. We just shot it. I still have the videos. It's nothing. I still have the video, but yeah.
Right.
But it was
It's in the air.
in the air. So this time was like the first time ever I did something for a big project.
Right.
And I'd worked with Asfer because he would make our music videos.
For
For DissBelief.
band.
Yeah, for DissBelief.
yeah.
Shout out,
And
Asfer.
shout out.
We gotta
AJ.
get you on the podcast. He said he doesn't want to come, by the way, at the premiere.
Oh, nice.
He's like, "Taga tum sab mil ke meri loge." And I was like, "No, bro, we wouldn't dare."
No, he'll come.
I will dare. I will dare. He's like, you wouldn't dare. I was like, I will dare.
Yeah, Asfer bhai, वापस तुम लोग की बहुत लेंगे. You guys don't know what. You guys don't know him.
तू ज्यादा बकवास करेगा जितने तेरे फिल्म के अंदर सीन है ना वो कटे होंगे वो भी कट जाएगा खाली टाइटल में नाम आएगा वो भी OCL लिखा हुआ
Osama, someone. But yeah, so the fight. Like,
Yeah, so the scenes were basically the stunt coordinators. There were 3 stunt coordinators.
Yeah.
They called themselves the Stunt Alliance. So they were different. They came from different places, but when they got here, they're like, okay, we'll just become a Stunt Alliance.
okay.
Yeah. And I started working with those guys. They wanted my team as stunt doubles.
Right.
For Joey,
You're
for
talking
Ali
about
Bhai.
the Hunza boys, right?
No, for the Fight Fortress boys.
Oh, the Five Fortress boys.
Because they brought in. They said we bring in Hazara guys as well.
Hazara guys.
The parkour guys.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
Yeah,
those were sick.
yeah, and then there are some guys who did some movies, and I think they've acted in 3-4 movies already.
okay, here. Okay.
Yeah, they're Rawalpindi, Islamabad
Right,
based.
right.
So they're like typical, like traditional martial artists.
Yeah.
So they said we're going to bring them as well, but I want hardcore guys who can actually take a hit, who can actually get hit, and like do real shit.
Okay.
Right.
And then gradually, I just started picking up things. Okay, this is how it works. This is how it works. It wasn't as everybody told me that if I want, I can do this a full-time thing because there's only one team of stuntmen in Pakistan, and as everybody said that you punch them in the face and they'll grab their belly and just do.
खेतों में लड़ते हैं गोली इधर लगेगी
I remember my I saw those guys on when I was doing Bulla with Rahim, and this one, bro, I died. This guy, so he gets hit because it's a warehouse fight scene. He gets hit. He goes and flies towards Boriyan, stacked Boriyan, right? You think that's it? That's the end of the hit. Yeah. He went. And I'm like, yo, did he just
the gravity shifted and he threw him up again.
So are these guys like untrained or do they just like not like why are they like that?
Jugardis.
Exactly. That's like one word.
Yeah.
Jugaad is such a amazing word.
A wide encompassing word, yeah.
I swear. I mean, this covers such a huge area.
Yeah.
And like these guys, the problem with them is that they don't understand how like actual fight works. I don't know if they've actually been in a real fight in their life. And when they see it on screen, they think, "Oh wow, we've done an amazing job." But like audience these days are very educated. They know what a fight scene looks like. And like I've seen guys in like taking out like pointing errors in Hollywood scenes and like in like legitimate sense. Oh, इसमें तो ये ऐसा कभी होता ही नहीं. उधर मुक्का मारोगे तो वो उधर थोड़ी गिरेगा. Like people are very much literate. Yeah, now people know.
If someone does hit someone and वो उड़ कर उधर जाए, that someone hitting better be a superhero or overpowered, character. It has to be a character. But if it's just like a normal guy punching and you're going flying, what the fuck's going on? It's not.
And especially as like Asfar Bhai would say that when you punch him in the face, or पेट पकड़ के कह रहे हैं कि or you punch him in the stomach and there's like giving you, and it's another expression. I mean, you can't really relate to it. You get punched in the face, a punch comes at this angle, and you have to look a certain way, right? Because it makes sense. So a lot of these people, the only people that are doing that is they don't understand that, okay, if someone's punching you from this side, you just need to show it. They just do it just for the sake of it.
Yeah, they don't understand like the basic physics of it.
Exactly.
At the very basic level. Yeah, that's crazy. And that's why I'm trying to like find people and trying to put like, I think you should do this too. Definitely, Asfar was right. There's no team right now making fight FX and coordinating, choreographing and creating fights for directors to shoot in their movies. And
for sure.
It would be so amazing to have like a setup, someone set up with that
किस्म की
stuff.
films बन भी नहीं ना bro. मतलब ये एक ही किस्म की
इसलिए नहीं बन रही, कोई लोग नहीं बनाने वाले ना. Where the directors don't write action scenes, right? No director or writer writes an action scene. They'll write fight begins and they hand it off to the fight people then. And the fight people then create the whole fight.
The whole thing happened.
What was that?
There.
I think there was a
Flying,
The flying. I'm not flying.
Getting
Come on, Invincible man.
I thought you were saying like fight people like who's the fight person
Like, do you want to do like because that's a huge hole to fill. Like no one's doing it.
Of course, I mean that was the reason. That was one of the biggest reasons why I did it. Because no one else does the rope work, right?
The rope with the pullbacks.
Exactly.
And the fucking,
And I was filming all of that, like the cranes they were using, the pulleys, and how they're using. And these guys were so professional that they use one rope in one scene, they will never use it again.
Oh really? Oh shit.
They're like, if this breaks, the next time someone's gonna die. We cannot risk that. Something's gonna break. We're not gonna risk that.
Brilliant. Yeah.
So these guys, I mean, there was so much to learn from these guys.
Yeah.
Which is why I didn't charge them a lot of money.
Nice.
मैं बहुत पैसे
It
लूँगा.
was a playground.
The knowledge you were kind of
like
you took pre-workout to go to shoot.
I did.
Oh yeah.
That was a huge mistake that I
Because
made.
I remember he would have the pre-workout. He would take the spoon, just chug
goodness.
water.
Oh
and
my
just,
god.
Oh, let's go.
Filmmaking and acting is
I
like
know,
80% waiting.
I know. Lesson learned.
Yeah.
Lesson fucking
And with
So
all,
is it my scene? Is it my scene? Is it my scene? Is it my scene? Yeah, you me? I'm coming. Miracle.
Miracle, come on,
Wait,
take it
so
over.
we missed this in the first segment. So Uloomi, you know Miracle and Sama from before, right?
Yeah.
Miracle, how I'm gonna direct this to him. Okay. Miracle, how do you know Uloomi?
Uloomi.
Even though he's our guest, I'm gonna make you talk. How do you know Uloomi?
And people think that we don't let him talk.
Yeah.
No, it's just so much fun. But Uloomi and I think we met in 2012 or 2011, I think.
Nice.
no.
Actually, it was
Before that.
No,
we-
2009.
We met in Roots once.
2009.
Oh, Roots.
Yeah.
Oh, nice. Oh, shit.
That was, I think, we hosted an Olympiad and you
Olympiad.
came for the
Oh, no way.
breakdancing.
No. I didn't come from breakdance. I came with
I
Salik.
saw you breakdance. That's
Yeah, I
when
was
I
asked
met
because
you.
I was time.
You were-
I
you breakdance
was-
too? Like,
I used to.
Shit.
This was my Chris Brown phase.
Oh yeah. Oh shit. Nice.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah,
Shit.
so
So like you properly full on learned how to break
yeah,
dance.
yeah.
Yeah, I
think
was.
you won that thing. It was like this kind
Yeah,
of
I won. I
B-boy
kind of
thing,
won
right?
that thing, and then everyone was like, "Oh, the guy from Beacon House won. Is winning the
Oh.
the Roots thing." So so they brought their guy,
went all
and then it was like a
nationalistic, yeah.
battle.
Yeah, we had like our own,
Were you the dance battle? No.
there was watching three guys against me. Like they guy. I'm like, fuck it, let's go, let's do it.
That's some IP man, Ape man shit. You know, like fucking. Send me your 3 best fighters.
So wait, no, you judged the Olympiad or you hosted the Olympiad?
I arranged the Olympiad.
you
Whoa. You communicated with
brains.
multiple people to arrange an event.
I made all the things and the categories and what's gonna happen and the rules
shit.
and everything.
So that's
अब क्या हुआ?
अब क्या हुआ?
2009 था.
Dog, you're not दाढ़ी देख के.
Bro, do you know he's the youngest amongst all
And
of
he
us?
has the most gray hair in his beard.
Oh god.
Stress, bro, stress. So that's how you know Uloomi.
That's
nice.
And then you guys also went to university together.
Yeah.
I think that's when I saw you.
That's when we first time interacted. Yeah, this was I think 2011, 2012.
First time.
2012.
Yeah.
So like first time you guys met properly. Did you like? What was your first impression of him? Did you want to beat the?
I knew of him because I knew of him because he had a name, right? In the underground music, in the underground music
The
scene.
name that shall not be spoken.
We've already said that name, bro. It's cool.
So I was because we knew of him.
Right.
When I was in DissBelief, we knew that okay, he's good. He's a producer.
Yeah.
I had heard his stuff. Osman Mirza was a friend of mine, so he was producing with him as well. So I knew that.
So you
Okay,
kinda knew of him,
yeah,
yeah.
I knew of him, and he was my cousin's class fellow, Asim's.
Okay.
So and that is like he introduced us for this. He's like, oh, you guys are musicians, you should know each other. And
Yeah,
we had that,
makes
that
sense.
awkwardness that okay, I'm a musician, you're a musician in Islamabad too.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like this thing.
Yeah. So November 17th, right? You have a fight. 18th with the Dhruv.
And what are we gonna do?
We're gonna do Dhruv him under the round.
Dhruv is gonna watch Uloomi's groove.
Yeah, boys.
When was your last fight? Like when was the most recent fight?
Most recent, so I was supposed to fight September 10th, but I had a problem in my arm.
Oh shit.
So first time ever in my life I pulled out a fight. I felt like crap,
Ooh, shit.
and I like for 2 weeks I was binge eating donuts. So
Oh,
it was
really?
like
Oh.
7 to 8 donuts a day.
Whoa,
Crazy.
For 14 straight days, and I
My
went,
kind of diet.
yeah, and I went up to 84 kilos.
Whoa.
My ankles were swollen. I couldn't walk. When I would walk, my feet would hurt.
Oh shit.
But you know what? You know what? This guy probably still had abs.
Yeah,
I've seen
I
him.
did.
I did.
I'm like, bro,
Yeah.
see a six abs roll. It's just a swollen six pack.
Even a six pack is like no. It's holding his body together.
इसके six packs का पेट भर गया.
I don't believe that shit. Oh, it was a little
7 to 8 donuts.
Swollen, bro.
No, I'll show you. I'll show you video after that.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
So like I couldn't. I looked like Kung Fu Panda. Literally.
Oh shit, nice.
Like when I was throwing punches, I could barely. So my specialty when I kick is throwing high kicks to the head, and I couldn't even kick to like waist level, my own waist level.
Oh shit.
And when I kicked the bag, the lightest of the bags I would kick, it would hurt.
Oh fuck.
So my ankles were hurting. So my ankles were swollen, and it was really bad.
Do you guys? I've seen videos of this. A lot of fighters doing this. Do you guys condition your body to like take damage, like take hits?
No.
Oh no.
A lot of people's like it's a misconception. Oh, you have to become a fighter, so you have to like take
Hit
a
something
broom.
hard and,
Hit hard. That's an old school thing.
That's not a real. That's
No.
that's not effective at all.
So what basically?
Okay.
So what you basically want to do is when you punch, you want your knuckles to be strong, right? So
Right.
you put on some safety on top, which is hand wraps, glove up. You hit the bag, so you're going to have micro fractures in your hand anyway.
Right. Even just.
Even with the gloves,
Just
yeah.
naturally
Impact,
happening.
like constant impact, right?
Yeah. Okay.
Every single punch you want to throw hard.
Yeah.
Your body can only take like so much.
So much hits,
And
yeah.
then after a certain point, when you see knuckles all swollen up and everything,
Yeah.
it's not because we do the reet garam karke hayya those kind of things. That's not that. Not punching the walls. None of that stuff, right? And so like nicely hands wrap. Like keep safety first.
Yeah.
And I like my hands because
Yeah.
I don't punch anyone for free.
Yeah.
I get paid to do this stuff, so I don't want to damage
You're
my
not
hands.
just
So
generally angry and looking to fucking punch everyone.
Exactly. So I wrap my hands. I'll put like a 20-ounce gloves, big gloves. I'll hit the bag. So when I hit the bag, I feel the impact in my hand every day. So we do this for at least 6 to 8 weeks. We're training. When we punch someone in the head, we realize that okay, now my hand doesn't hurt. All the science behind it is that there's microfractures in your hand. Right, and calcium, calcium, your bones calcium, and
As they heal, they just strengthen
every
around.
every time you have any like microfractures, your body like calcifies itself again. So like God's made it, like your body is like it's nature.
Yeah.
It wants to heal itself.
Yeah,
you give
yeah,
it time, it'll heal itself.
So
Right.
you're basically strengthening those bones by like microfracturing them each time, right?
So we don't whenever we practice, whenever we train, we don't do one thing. We do multiple things.
Right.
So like when you practice attack, we're attacking, but we're practicing defense at the same time.
Yeah.
And so similarly, when we're punching, we're learning how to throw a punch, but we're strengthening our hand as well. We want the speed, we want the power, we want the correct angle, everything at the same time. We're not thinking about it, but subconsciously, like it's happening. So for kicks, the same. We just kick the bag, keep kicking the bag with your shin. Obviously, there's a point where there's a certain angle when you kick your shin. When you go shin to shin, it breaks. The Conor McGregor thing as well.
That plus one other fight UFC in there where the guy
Anderson Silva
and his.
Anderson Silva,
He's crazy. It's on YouTube
because it's just bone, it's just skin, then fat, then bone. There's no muscle.
So when your tibia makes direct contact with any bone, it's just supposed to break. So what we do is we hit with the outside of our shin. That is why every time we kick, we tell people to pivot out. So that gives a kind of like a cushioning. And yes, it does hurt, but again, when you kick so many times on the bag. You kind of like kill the pain receptors. It's just like so now when I fight, every time I get hit, I get kicked, or even if I kick and someone checks it, or if hit someone elbow, I feel the first impact and then I don't feel anything.
It's not like a pain. You don't feel any pain throbbing through you.
When someone's dard nahi hota maar khate, I'm like no.
So when you're another question, when you're in a fight, how quickly do you have to, or do you already have it planned, the combos you're gonna go with in the moment, or like is that in the moment, or is that do you have some sort of rehearsal in your mind done?
Both.
Okay, that's cool.
So what we do is we do our study.
Yeah.
A lot of people think studying is just watching a fight. That's not how it's done. Study is like a whole study.
Right.
So we see, okay, how does this guy stand? How high does he keep his hands?
Where is he punching?
Yeah.
Does he do like a certain thing before throwing a punch?
Exactly. Right. So like, is there a twitch? Is there like a step? Is there any like anything that he does? Any cue that I could get that before he attacks, right? And then what is his body structure like? What does he throw a lot? What does he like to do a lot? What is his style like? Does he punch a lot? Does he kick a lot? Which punches does he use a lot? So I'm like in my weight category, I'm short guy.
Right. Okay, naturally.
So I'm smaller than all the guys. So I know that everyone throws that lead jab, and everybody wants to keep me at distance. Exactly. So zyada reach ke they want to keep me at a distance because they know if once I get on the inside, even if they're a wrestler, I'm going to screw them up.
Yeah.
Right? Because I have that Muay Thai training as well.
Right.
Because every time I get on the clinch, I will not. The threat is I don't threaten someone for the takedowns only. So I know if I'm in, if we're we call it 50-50 or a clinch position, I will knee you, I will elbow you. So my elbow is gonna cut. My elbows hurt, right? So they're scared of that as well. So I throw up and then go down. Show them, okay, I'm going for a takedown, and then hit him in the head, and then go take down again, then up and down. So we have to come up with a plan.
Back and forth.
Exactly. Yeah. So this fight camp for us is not about okay, it's time to train. We're in training throughout the year.
Yeah.
The fight camp means okay, now we have to do this specific thing, based on this fighter's strengths, his weaknesses.
You're just basically dissecting his fighting style.
Exactly. Yeah. And then adapt to whatever needs to be done.
Yeah.
And then there's times when we see okay, things are not working, and then that's where the experience kicks in, and that's where you have to improvise and just do things at the same time. Okay, this guy is not absorbing a lot of shots with my let's suppose I was punching him, the game plan was to punch him a lot, he's not taking he's not taking any damage. I can't punch him, so I just start kicking. It's working, so now I kick.
Yeah.
So now when I'm kicking, he's thinking, this guy is kicking me, why is he kicking me, he's supposed to punch me. And when I make him think about the kicking, now I'm punching him. That means
different game plans you have.
Exactly. So and we say that this is, people say it's 50-50, 60-40. I say fighting is 90% in the head, 10% in the fist.
That's true. That makes sense. Yeah. Okay,
right. So when I got knocked out, the last time I got knocked out, I remember after the first round, the mid round break. I remember the red lights, and I'm looking at where the fuck's my corner. I'm looking around and I'm just looking at my brother. Okay, wherever he comes from is my corner.
Yeah.
And that's the last thing I remember. And then I woke up and I was looking at what are these lights?
Oh shit!
There's an oxygen mask.
Hospital lights.
Yeah.
Oh shit!
And I'm like, what is this? And it's moving. I'm like, maybe it's a dream. I'm like, fuck. I was like, fuck. I was in a fight. Damn. Oh shit! I got knocked out.
Oh damn!
It's like respawning in a game, and your character doesn't know. Has 0 points and 0 XP points, so you don't know where you are yet.
So I respawned after 25 minutes, and my brother was like, bro. And I woke up and I looked at my brother, because the reaction would say everything. And my brother was like this. Coach Sultan is like this. And I'm like, oh shit, I'm so sorry. They're like, can you please shut up? You said sorry 500 times.
Yeah.
I'm like, I just woke up. You've been saying this since they got you out of the cage, because they took me out on a stretcher.
Damn.
Oh damn.
Shit.
Cause I couldn't stand up.
So
right?
is this a second round knockout? Or
Yeah, there's a second round.
Uloomi literally has an alter ego, like who takes over for him. Most of us, if we like black out and that's it's like God. Like this guy has like, oh, he's like, Uloomi's gone, I'll take over. Hey, Uloomi 2 is here. You know, like,
That is the Kratos.
that's the Kratos.
That is
He
exactly.
doesn't let you fall. Yeah.
That is exactly why like before my brother would call me the general.
Ah.
Because like I was the flag bearer of the team, right?
Oh, okay.
And then we had this one teammate. He made I think God of War 2 had come out at that
Yeah,
point. So
yeah.
he made, and I had that long
The beard
goatee.
and everything,
The
yeah.
Chris Brown goatee extended into like the long metalhead goatee.
Yeah, it's the stuff
And-
down goatee.
Yes, exactly. And he made a picture, half my face, half Kratos' face.
Oh, okay.
And he sent it to me. He's like, Kratos. I'm like, why the fuck would you call me Kartus?
Cartoons.
I'm like, that's Kartus. I was like, come on, bro. Anything but Kartus. He's like, no, it's Kratos. You don't know? I was like, no. And he's like, just Google it. Yeah. So I look up and I figured out, okay, what it is. And then I'm like, okay, this is exactly what it is. Like, every time I lose, I come back stronger.
Right.
And then from losing, it became, okay, within the fight, everybody thinks the guy is dead, but the guy comes back
There's
stronger.
a whole other person
yeah,
in
like
there, yeah.
the first round, oh, he's so done.
Yeah.
Second round, oh shit, he's stronger than before.
Yeah.
So maybe that
That's
it's meant to be.
I think that's a really key thing to have to terrify your opponent because I just fucking punched this guy, but he's not stopping. Like, fuck, you know, like, this is crazy.
Get it to Dhruv.
Dhruv, when you punch him, don't give out because he ain't done yet.
That's my tagline. Like if he wants to win, anybody who fights me, they want to win, they gotta put me out.
They gotta put you out.
Put me on a stretcher.
TKO, like,
and the last guy put me on a stretcher. Kudos to him.
Okay,
but
nice.
it was not like his
not like
skill
a
or his
special
power.
thing he did.
Nothing special on him. It was just that my weight cut was bad.
Yeah.
I didn't
It's the
realize
one
that
where you
I
were
was
dehydrated.
I was
Okay.
dehydrated.
Yeah.
That never give up mentality. I feel like that is a northern thing.
It is. Never give up. I've been a filmmaker since 2010, and I'm still trying.
Because I remember I've seen some female fighters. I believe they were from Hazara in that same award event.
Do we have female MMA?
Yeah.
My sister's my younger sister. She is Pakistan's first and only.
She's one
Wow.
of
Yeah,
that's
she's
crazy. Oh shit! Amazing.
Anita.
Anita.
Brilliant. Holy
Anita,
shit.
look at me.
Anita.
Anita,
Are there
Sarah.
are there enough
Sure, her
Pakistani
name's
fighters to have like tournaments amongst each other? Female
They
fighters?
weren't, but after Anita got there, because I called her the arm collector because we had grappling. Yeah, we had grappling competitions,
It's that move.
and the first time ever girls competed in a competition. She came from Honda. She trained for 2 years in jiu-jitsu, and the first competition she broke 2 girls' arms.
Oh shit! Literally just fucking broke them.
Yeah,
Oh,
and
bro,
like one girl,
Tiger.
she put her in an arm lock, and she looked at me because I was like, I think 5-6 feet distant, right? And she puts in an Americana, so the elbows going like this, and she's like yanking on the arm. She looks at me. She's like, "Bhaiya, she's not tapping." I'm like, "Break it," because that's what we say.
don't tap
Yeah,
it.
that's what we say. That's what we say, right?
Yeah.
So when they like, because girls are flexible as well. So when it gets to the point where they feel like, oh, it's about to break, everybody taps,
Tap out,
and I could see on her face, she's like,
Oh, she was.
I'm
being-
not gonna tap, and she thought that, oh, this girl's not
She's
strong
gonna
enough.
break your
You need to learn that.
Anita is the girl who's lived her entire life in Karimabad with like a military training kind of a regimen.
Oh, damn.
right?
Oh,
So
okay,
she's
yeah.
like picking up weight, 30 kilos, 40 kilos on her back every single day, up the mountain, coming
Damn.
down, up the mountain, coming down. So she's naturally stronger. She's stronger than me.
Shit.
Like one of our teammates, a Filipino guy, she took his back, picked him up, slammed him, and everyone was like, wait, did this little girl just pick up like a 75 kilo
shit,
guy
man.
and slammed him?
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Bro,
We should have her on the podcast also.
Yeah, definitely.
We'll
No,
make her
that-
punch you with the.
Oh, she hits hard. She hits harder than I do.
You're gonna take that one.
Well, I was looking at you all inked up, tatted up.
What you got?
So, did any of these hold any meaning, or
All
No,
of
he
them,
just
yeah.
randomly went. He's like, "Pay me some fucking shit." I don't care what you put. Just put there. So what is that? What is that? What's that one?
did
on the
Kratos
top?
pick out the tattoos, or did Uloomi pick out the
Kratos.
tattoos?
Oh yeah.
Shit, that's a good one. Nah, it's I think the Uloomi picked out. Okay, this one says, "Thank you God for another day."
Oh, nice.
This was I went really technical with this one because this was my first ever. So
okay.
my mom was like, "Agar tumne tattoo karaya, I'll kick you out of the house."
Oh shit.
So I'm like, "Okay, what should I get?"
Something you can't refute.
Yes, exactly. And then when I got this and it was on my sister's birthday, and I'm like, "Oh, happy birthday!" And I hugged my sister, and my mom was like, "What's on your arm?" I'm like, "Ab ho gaya." It's like, "Show me." And she holds my arm and she said, "Font acha hai, warna ghar se nikal do." Yes,
The
success.
font's really nice. Yeah. Did you get that here? Made here? in Pakistan?
Yeah.
Yeah. The font. It's
Yeah.
nice
Yeah.
artwork. Yeah. Really cool. The typography.
And after this, then I got my second one.
Yeah.
This was on the shin.
Yeah.
It's a samurai.
Okay. I love samurai.
Yeah, it's a samurai.
Samurai.
And like calligraphy.
Oh shit.
It's like a samurai silhouette.
Can you lift it up?
Why not, bro?
Well, imagine it.
Exclusive.
Illumination. No,
Yeah.
well, watch one of his fights. You'll see it there.
Yeah.
No, I mean, I see. I'm talking about for the audience.
Watch one of his fights.
And it says Bushido on it in Japanese.
nice.
So it has like the Bushido's code of conduct, the warrior code of conduct on it, and all that. And then I have one on the calf.
Nice.
It's a wolf.
All
And
right.
It's geometric.
Cool
so
tattoos.
I have an OCD for things.
You got is it the geometric wolf thing?
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. I know, I think I've
Yeah.
seen one of those.
That and because wolf is like it's an animal of a pack and
Yeah.
survives alone as well. So it kind of
Adaptable
goes-
animal
exactly.
and apex predator.
Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
Nice.
And then I got this
That one's
2019.
beautiful. Yeah. What is it?
This one is like family.
Time.
Yeah, time and I didn't even. This one was like, to my surprise, after I got this tattoo, this was like a random time, and I asked my mom, like, Mom, what time was I born?
Oh,
Because I wanted to get like
the time.
right.
Oh, that's
Like,
smart.
what time was I born? And I was just looking at it, I'm like, Mom, what time was I born? And she's like, somewhere like Fajr ke time, pe Fajr ke qareeb.
Nice.
Oh, let's make a.
And I'm like, हाँ लेकिन nazan kya time hoga? She's like, I'm not sure. Yeah, seriously. And
This
then
just happened. But it was.
and when she told me, like she had never seen this.
Yeah.
And so I was in Thailand. I got this in Thailand. I got back, and she's like, "Oh, this is actually a tattoo. I thought you put a sticker on it when you were
shit.
lifting weights." I was like, "Mom, ab ho gaya, ab
Ab
to
to ho
karna."
gaya.
It's like, "Yeah, do whatever you want." And when I asked her the time, she's like twice or thrice. She said, "Nah, yes, I don't remember." I'm like, "Please, try and remember." She was like, "Okay, this happened and this happened." It's like she probably like 3:30, 3:35 or something. And I looked, I'm like,
It's oh shit.
I'm like,
Yo.
3:35? Are you sure it was 3:35?
That's
She's
a
like,
crazy
yes.
coincidence. Yeah.
So yeah, it was like,
wild.
yeah, mind blown.
That's
And then
crazy.
this is my brother.
At the shop.
Yeah, that's what I
EKS.
was noticing.
Yeah, that's
okay.
yeah, that was now he's started his own merchandise with the same print on it.
Nice,
Yeah.
nice.
So
He merged you.
yeah. So this basically it's not that I'm not saying that this doesn't mean that he's the king, but I call him the kingmaker. Because he trains everybody. He trains everybody, right? And whatever I am is because of
Tywin
him.
Lannister.
That's a young brother reversal.
Oh, yeah.
I like that. I like that. I'll use
So
it on my
this
brother.
you ain't
king. You're the kingmaker.
This one and the EKS one was the first ones that I got.
Ah, nice.
And then I got this one.
Well, that's cool. Dragon?
No, it's a snake.
Oh, snake. Serpent.
But then first I'll tell about this. It's a swallow bird.
Oh, nice.
Which is, sailors back in the days, like 60s, 70s, the sailors would get it. This means that
okay.
I'm coming home.
Oh, nice. Nice.
So like no matter
That's
what,
cool.
no matter where I am,
You
I'm
see
coming
that
home.
I'm coming home.
Yeah.
And then the snake's
So now,
going to eat
the
the
snake
bird.
is basically
Oh,
basically snake is the like everywhere there are snakes. The world's full of snakes, right? So my concept was because my parents did a lot for a lot of people.
yeah.
And then so this tattoo basically shows that they laid like beds of roses for them, and but the black color signifies those people's badniyati, that even their badniyati, even the bed changed its color
Because
and it's like so you can see the color fading into from black and blue and red and all.
that's really cool.
So that's like
Damn,
signifying
you thought
that.
that through,
remember,
bro.
yeah, you're supposed to think that too. You don't
like-
just go and get a
That's true,
Superman
yeah.
logo on your chest, bro.
How'd you know?
Fucking idiot.
was
Uloomi,
good,
is there
man.
anything you want to say to the people? Or you want to, like, what you got going on in your life? Anything you want to, what do you call it? Plug.
Let Dhruv know you coming, bro.
Dhruv.
And all I've been saying all this time. This year has been like a little we can like life changing for me. So all I just want to tell people is mind your damn business.
Mind you, man. We say that every episode. We're like, mind your damn business. Stick to your own lanes and love everybody and be nice to everybody. And if you get to
And like and subscribe.
like and subscribe and don't ever pick a fight with Uloomi.
November 18th.
November 18th, Dubai.
Dubai.
What's it called?
Matrix Fight Night. We're
Matrix
coming for the
Fight Night.
135-pound strap.
You say it. Which fight night?
Matrix Fight Night.
Yeah.
Dubai, November 18th.
Yeah. Trinity.
Uloomi, thank you so much.
Uloomi, thank you so much for being
It
on
was
the
a pleasure.
podcast, bro.
Thank you for
pleasure.
having me here, sir.
Boom.
Boom.
And
And as always, guys, thanks for tuning in. See you next week on Nothing Happens Here.
cut it. Nice.
Cut.